They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Back to throw, Darnold. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Brashad Perriman, and it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. On 3rd down, here's Bell. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here's the Jets punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that's just running the ball 101 because too much east-west, not enough north-south. Got to get upfield, don't you?
They just kept stringing him out before he knew it. He had hit the sideline. On 2nd and 11 now. Allen. Eluding the pressure right. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. A big play that time for the Raiders. 52 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Now a carry for Jacobs. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on 1st down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. And Bryant's kick is good. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
And one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Corey Littleton, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now this is Le'Veon Bell with a reception. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Here's Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt kicks out of bounds, and they will spot it right at the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. On play action, Allen. Able to find Walter. That's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Second year in Oakland for Walter after being signed off the Ravens practice squad, but only 6 catches, 75 yards a season ago. Then he got a lot of hype in the offseason following OTAs. Their offensive coordinator saying, you know, Darren, you have that position. Coach Gruden went as far as to say, Darren, you have the chance of a lifetime here. So now it's time for Darren Waller to go out there and prove it. Throwing on first down is Allen. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That throw good for 4. It's second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle it, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. To throw, it's Allen. Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter play. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw again on second down. Allen. Looking left side, and it's complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 20-yard line. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Bryant's extra point up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 40, past the 20, 10, And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. He goes 102 yards from one end zone to the other as they are now on the board here in the first half.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, and if you do, you're taking on some responsibility, but he was happy to do so there.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Allen to throw it. Going up top. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice, able to get a hand in and tip it away.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Stop playing with me, Corey.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. A 1st down carry for Bell, but he'll work forward for only about a yard. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 46-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Goes underneath for Bell. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Darnold down to throw. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. They get the sack on the blitz, but it was 3rd and inches. Are you surprised like I am they weren't running the football there?
I'm right there with you. I would have thought it worst. Quarterback sneak, try and pick up the 1st down and move on. But instead, I think they thought they could catch him by surprise and maybe hit something deep.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Wait, I don't know what the nigga thought it was.
From the gun, it's Allen. And that is incomplete.
Oh, yeah, Bryce Love got that goddamn start.
For a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. On now, Kaiser, the punter, sending it away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Bell. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. On 1st and 10, Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. This Raiders and Jets contest is a part of the NFL 100 series. And a little history lesson, back in November of 1968, there was a game between these two teams where the Raiders scored 2 touchdowns in the final minute to win. And actually, coverage was broken away from that game on the East Coast to show the movie Heidi. So a lot of the Jets fans missed the Raiders' comeback. Can imagine some saddened faces when they took the rubber bands off their newspapers the next morning on the East Coast. But don't worry, folks, we will not be interrupting this broadcast to show the movie Heidi. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Hey, guess what?
Yeah.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10.
Yeah, you do. So you got beat by 7 points last night, nigga.
Behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On play action, Allen is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands. Guess what? Creates a lot of confusion. Kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on football.
On his side is his.
Throwing his Allen on 3rd. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 24 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
I'm next.
So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He hit his first. Now this from 43. The kick by Bryant is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. This is taken at the 3. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
Oh, Burger playing right now. Gotta watch that game. Oh shit, that's my shirt.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, back up. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Watch the run, watch the run. 53 to Mike, 53. Check 53.
Now Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Burger set that man up.
Allen operating from the gun. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize
the nigga hate
in
jet
all
sweeps,
aspects of your passing
you might
offense.
bust one with his
There he
bitch
was in the
ass.
slot for the catch. So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Check, 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 check. 80 weapons. Middle. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 3.
From the 38, Allen. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To the air, Allen. This is Johnson. He's got it. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. As his guys are in for 6.
Fuck that
and the
nigga
Raiders
up.
able to extend that advantage. So Allen breaks the huddle, and his guys will go for 2 here.
Switch.
They'll try to run it with Jacobs. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Darnold, and he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Jonathan Hankins in on the stop. Again, it's Bell. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down. Bell, of course, three-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Darnold. That's complete. It's Bell. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag, and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
Solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Alert, alert, alert!
From the 36, Allen. And this is incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
On third down, Allen. And unable to connect, incomplete. I give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
They had enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free, no first down.
Taking it about the 16, wiggles free. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They'll go again with Bell. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The offense on third down tonight, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They're looking at third and a few inches. Now it's Darnold, and it's caught by Herndon. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal, don't necessarily need a touchdown. Darnold completes it. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, He often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
Let's go,
Darnold now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Carlson able to put this one through. And that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. That kick return falls 1 yard short of the all-time mark as it goes down as a 108-yard return. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. On 2nd and inches, Darnold. This is Bell on the dump off. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. Herndon's got it complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll run on 1st down. It's Bell, and he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for 1 here and save the possible 2-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for 2 here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this game not quite over yet. We'll likely see him take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel. And he's into the clear. The 40. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaken up on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They run from the pistol here with Freeman. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down. I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so, because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You look at the geography of the field, right? Where you are, that's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. To throw on second and 10. Darnold, and he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Here's Darnold. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be a second down. Now Darnold. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 26. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop him with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. On first down, it's Darnold. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, second and 10. Again, Darnold. Now a desperation throw deep down. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Oakland, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Jets, it's loss number 5 for them on the year. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Going to get some paper. Yeah. Jesus.
That nigga Burger bust one up the middle on his ass. If that had been anybody else, that nigga would have scored the touchdown.
Down in Mississippi and New Orleans, Big Snoop Dogg out of Madden League. Your team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if
I thought you said that nigga defense was like that. No, I was playing the Lions, nigga. Nigga, I just put 34 points up on that nigga. What you talking about? I was in a predicament like your ass was first half. I know, I wasn't trying to score no more though. I was trying to run. I bust that bitch with Bryce Love for another one, but hell, I tried to run out of bounds, but hell, I almost scored. So I kicked the field goal on the 1 yard line. That nigga when he's supposed to score. Nigga got lucky ass fucking catch in my cover 6. I was on the wrong safety.
Bag of bulk me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard. My team is legit. Madden 20.
They had Claymore out that bitch. Damn.
Big Snoop Dogg. It's in the game.
Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off. Each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop. Don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Death comes in threes. Wins come in.
The NFL is on EA Sports, and we're at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, with the echoes of Cannon Blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone. The Bucs were introduced a moment ago,
and they were set as their guys will do battle with the Oakland Raiders. That nigga punted it instead of going for it.
Pinion on to get us started, and off we go from Tampa. That's fielded in the end zone.
We got this.
Oh, like shit, dude.
Monday, down, 180.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On 2nd and 9, Carr, 20. He completes it to Jones. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A big play there. 47 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
XxF3aRH0miCiD3xX's. I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm out in my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I got it coming.
Wi-Fi trash.
I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winter side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way when my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase double rings. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase double U's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase double U's. Big beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet.
The NFL is on EA Sports, and we're at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the Oakland Raiders. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Shifts by him, and he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
I bet that nigga over there talking to himself, too.
Hey, ready? Blue ready. Watch it, here we go. Turn 99.
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. He's got a first down past the 30. He's at the 50. 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, 81 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. But they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they have both. Overcommitting in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready?
Boy, that's your shit. Fuck out of here. Both times that bitch say your opponent. Your opponent something connection. Bitch, ain't no time did it say your connection. That bitch keep on saying your opponent. I ain't lagged all day. Broadcasting and all. What's on the broadcast, nigga? If I was lagging, the broadcast would have cut off. And you know that. Broadcast still up. That's your shit. Your shit trash. I just played the whole game, no lag, no nothing.
What? Nah, I ain't lagging on my shit.
I try to tell him, I can't even hear him now. Bum ass. Hey, look, his bum ass lagging. It is shit, yo. It's on my broadcast, I'm telling you. That my broadcast still up. That don't have nothing to do with it. How? If I just play the whole game? No, your Wi-Fi can't handle it. Nigga can't broadcast while they play you.